Thank you all for tuning in. I will tell you that my future has been stolen. I'm just going to be very straight. I'm not a man of too much English. This is an election that made Nigerians believe that we don't have a future, especially the young ones. I'm 30-something, and if this election is allowed to go this way, in the next 8 years, I will be close to 40. And I will tell you that I, personally, and my group, I am the president of Youth in Politics. We cannot accept this result. I was there when a young lady was stabbed. I mean, stabbed on the face just because she came to vote for her candidate. I was there also. I saw it live when thugs and policemen in uniform, I am not saying citizens, policemen in uniform, snatched ballot boxes. Snatched. They left with ballot boxes. Is this the election we are going to allow in Nigeria? Today, I put it to you that this election cannot be accepted. I am not being too inquisitive about this. I am being very diplomatic, and at the same time, I am begging Nigerians, if you accept this election, it's going to be another 8 years. We are not supporting any political party. No, all we need is, we need credible election. We need INEC to sit up. If possible, INEC chairman should step down, because my children, life depends on this. We want a rerun. We shouldn't be going to another election. What are we going to vote in governorship? Who are we voting for? If we cannot ascertain the election, the presidential election, if we cannot trust the credibility of the 2023 presidential election, how can we trust the governorship election? We can't trust INEC again. But this is what I am charging the whole Nigerians, the youth, mother, father, children. Don't accept this, because it's going to be another 8 years of evil. And we are calling on international press and other organizations, come to our rescue. If you try and put a blind eye on it, God will judge you.
This election, young people came out en masse to cast their vote, and they were denied their fundamental human rights. And it's quite unfortunate. This is not the kind of democracy we envisage, and this is not the way to go. And so, we are asking the international community not to recognize the purported results and the announcements released by the Independent National Electoral Commission. We are calling for help, because this is the time when nations ought to support Nigeria, to support its democratic process. You cannot bring up a leader in a country where over of those registered voters were disenfranchised. So you cannot say that the election is free, fair, and credible. Maybe I will come back and I will hand over to my colleagues. Thank you.
My name is Ayala Joshua. I'm a copper in Apuatre, polling unit 19. They cannot east now. So what happened here on 25th, since Saturday and the election day, after we counted the votes, when Labour Party was leading all the results here, presidential and the Senate. So after the results have been called, at about 15-20 minutes, in the evening time, we were attacked by armed men. They shot gun into the air. It was, yeah, they shot the gun. They just shot the gun like 3 times in the air. Everybody left the property. Yeah, I could only escape with my beavers. That's the only thing I could escape with on that day.
Yes, my name is Comrade Barisaifa William Sawolo, a civil rights lawyer and a politician as well. The first election that happens to be the presidential, Senate, and House of Reps election was held on the 25th day of February 2023. And as you all can see, in the Kano Northeast, the election was characterized with monumental fraud, snatching of ballot papers, shooting by thugs led by PDP. About 7 days after the election, we have discovered electoral materials in Agwata Hall. Agwata Hall is one of the halls used for the election for Ward 3, Unit 19, 20, and 21. We have told the EO, who is a woman, to be careful of the people. She is there not to truncate the will and wishes of the people. Now they have declared results. What did they use in declaring this result? A few days ago, they discovered ballot papers at Emoho. Today, we have also discussed one again at Agwata Hall. So, with what did they use in declaring as winners? With what? These are things we need to fight, we need to checkmate. The ballot papers they have seen shows that PDP lost the election in Ward 3. Shows that PDP lost in Ward 4. Shows that PDP lost in Imunede. Everywhere. And if the people have rejected you, gladly accept it. And go back again and ask yourself question. As a governor of this state, how can I lose in my ward? How can I lose my local government? Why did the people reject me? You ask yourself that question and you answer it yourself and know how to move ahead.
INEC failed woefully in carrying out their duty as promised. We expected something different from what has been in existence before now, but what we saw in this last election was even worse than what has ever happened. In Eka Northeast, there was a lot of thuggery, a lot of electoral malpractices all over. But to the greatest surprise of all, INEC went ahead to announce a winner, whereas the ballot papers were not even counted or make use of. Every ward in Eka Northeast here, they manipulated it. So INEC supposed to cancel the results in Eka Northeast and use the result of Eka South to declare the rightful winner. Okay. What INEC used to call the result is result that was manufactured in their office. Or if you look at the ballot papers that were discovered here, you realize that it was mainly voted for Labour Party. And that was the kind of results that we expected across the 14 wards of Eka Northeast. But INEC was unable to upload results or declare results at the polling units. So they wrote the results in their offices, in their office at Owoyibu, and they used whatever they manufactured there without the presence of the agents from other political parties except that of PDP to manipulate the election and declare results. Based on the Electoral Act, what INEC is supposed to do in Eka Northeast is not even a rerun. What they're supposed to do is a total cancellation of Eka Northeast results. That is what is stated in the Electoral Act. The message to them is that they should remain calm and be law-abiding, because we believe that we are going to regain our mandate. Our vote must definitely count if the normal thing is done
by appointment. I am the Director of Security to APC in Eka Northeast. Before now, we have stated it out in my report. Is there? I've made a lot of reports, and I've also written to the police because I, as a person, I was also adopted. I was kidnapped on the eve of that election, and these adopters, they blindfolded me, and later they have argument within themselves, and it was loose, and I was able to identify some of them. And these are the same persons who also repeated this act by coming to this ward and give some gunshots. I think I know one, Mr. Socket is one of them. The present DPO Owoyibu, CSP Gambo, is part of them with his SO. We know them. We know these people who committed these acts. They are all PDP persons. Eka South is well peaceful, but Eka Northeast is like a war zone. And it was totally hijacked by Okowa and his party. Because we are always law-abiding citizens, we should remain calm.
However, that election conducted by INEC is the worst election ever conducted in Africa since Africa existed. I still maintain my stand that Tinubu will make his government ungovernable. The only thing I'm disclaiming is that we are going to burn INEC, that I said that I disclaim. Please don't burn any INEC property. Do not do that. That's barbaric. That is not in tune with obedience. But INEC is the biggest rogue organization. In fact, ascribing that word independent to it is rubbish. I told you I said, look, you did an election that is corrupt. What were you expecting? To every action begets an equal and opposite reaction. What were you expecting? That there wouldn't be an action? That you will come in on daylight and rob 200 million Nigerians of their choices, and you wouldn't expect a reaction? Come on. Come on. What the hell do you think you are? And you think the threat of DSA, look, don't even start it too early. Time to start for shrimp will never reach. You see, it's just a start. When you thought you could just blatantly and openly in broad daylight rob 200 million Nigerians of their choices and put one old senile old man to become president, you think I want to become like Cameroon, where their presidents they pee for body? I will become as I'm a Nigerian, our president they bala blue. Me. No, that ain't gonna happen. You've conducted your election, did what you think you can do, and you blatantly and bold-facedly, irrespective of the anger and the tension you need is going to come out from the masses, you declare who you want to do. How on earth will Tinubu win Ebonyi State? How? Where? How? Why? How? Even I have some people get their own for body, but it's not possible to make Tinubu win Ebonyi. How? How? Tell me how. What you do for Plateau State, you know, go better for now. I told you, I made a video, I said I'm going to wait for Plateau State. See how Plateau State ends. As stupid as you are, Plateau State where Peter Obi win with over 1.2, close to 1.2 million. Una can't carry as by the soon now, just slash 800,000 votes. Come on, you know, go better for now. You guys are foolish. I beg.